Welcome to the Choice, Change and Action podcast, where you get to choose, change and take action to create a different today and a different future. Hi everybody, welcome to Choice, Change and Action podcast. So you are with your host, Simone Milasas, and I am in Australia at the moment, but we are pre-recording this and launching this podcast in December for you because we know you're all going to be freaking out about money because that's what everybody does around the entirety of the world. And first tool, you might want to ask, who does this belong to? Freaking out about money does not have to be your reality. So we have a little bit of a different podcast today. If you are listening to this, listen away and then go over to YouTube and check out YouTube because you'll see all of these beautiful, amazing faces. So I'm going to introduce them. We have 5 guests today. So let's see how this goes. And I'm going to ask them just to say hello, actually say hello and the word, what if you say hi and say, can I have more money, please, in your language? Okay. So Iliana from Mexico.
Hola, ¿puedo tener más dinero, por favor?
Valerie from France.
Bonjour, est-ce que je peux avoir plus d'argent, s'il vous plaît?
And Gioia from Italy.
Buongiorno, posso avere più soldi ora, per favore?
Georgie from Hungary.
Sziasztok! Kérek még több pénzt!
And Diana, Germany.
Hallo, kann ich bitte mehr Geld haben?
I love it. How does it get any better than that? Can I have more money, please? So, look, we have going to be quite up there blatantly. I have a money challenge starting, a money adventure, a money challenge, call it what you will. And guess what? It's starting on the 1st of January, 2025. And these lovely, wonderful, amazing beings are some of the translators who are contributing to this. So it's going to be in many, many different languages. And they don't know these questions that I have for them right now, but I wanted to ask them a few questions about how they be with money, how they were with money, and how they would like to be with money. So let's start with you, Iliana. Iliana from Mexico. So first question is, did you grow up liking money?
Wow. It's so funny. Like, I would say yes, but that was like not my environment. So it was a weird thing to like money.
So there was people around you who didn't like money, but you still liked money?
Exactly. Yeah. And like I remember my mom always saying I had like this ease of wanting something and saying like, oh, can we have that? And there was a point that she was like, Mom is not the only way you can get things. So keep asking, but don't expect me to always buy this because I don't have the money. And I could perceive like the frustration in her world. And then 2 weeks after, someone would say like, oh, I don't know, like I'm changing TVs. Do you want my old one? And I was like, yes, I got it.
Nice. Nice. I love that. So you were asking for money at an early age and having it show up. But that's pretty empowering actually that your mum said that too, that mum is not the only source of money. And what
Totally.
is your first memory of money?
When I was little, I remember, well, probably not that young, maybe like 6 or 7. My
Mhm.
grandpa started giving me money every Sunday. But he would tell me,
Sunday is
Mr.
like a good day.
Yes, exactly. But he would tell me, Mr. Sunday gave you this. And Spanish Sunday, it can be a name too. And I was always like, I don't know this guy, but I guess my grandpa talks about like his granddaughters or something, and he likes me, so he sends me money. And probably spent like 2 years thinking there was like this secret guy I didn't know that would send me money with my grandpa.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love it. And what is the biggest lie that you found out about money?
That you can have it and still feel like you don't. Because like in my family we all were like very like not rich, but we had a lot of ease with money, and everybody had a house and go to private schools and have new cars and things like that. But all the time I remember my mom saying like, we're not Rockefellers. So it was always this lie of like we're struggling all the time, but then you will like see like the grocery, like the things we bought at the grocery store and things like that, and it was like, wait a second, we do have money and it's ease.
Huh. Okay. And then, so where are you at now with money? And would you say you have enough?
I say I have enough and I want so much more. It's funny, I started living by myself probably like 2 years or 3 years ago. And just this last couple of weeks, I realized how much I've overcreated myself, like really struggling the first month to get rent and food. And now being like able to choose way bigger things and realizing how much money I'm creating. And it's amazing.
That's awesome. Congratulations, first of all, Iliana.
Thank you.
So, if you could tell yourself something about money, like if you're looking at you and the way you're living, and if you could tell yourself something about money now, what would you tell yourself?
Like to keep playing and keep asking for more, because like in my world it's like it has grown and I have had these like worry about it and it still has grown. It's like, what if now I start playing with it and relaxing with it, because maybe that contributes to it being even bigger.
Cool. And favorite money tool?
Whew, how does it get any better than this?
Cool. Awesome. Okay. Thank you. Now that they all
Thank
know the
you.
questions, but I'm gonna flip it up. I'm gonna go Diana from Germany. So, Diana, did you grow up liking money?
Did I am growing up without money. So my mother was a single mom and with two kids, and our whole world was always we can't afford it. It's not for people like us. So money was always a stressful topic in our family. So no, I can't say that I'm growing up liking money, because nobody liked money, because it was always stress. My mother was always stressed because of money. And
Mm.
I also, until I came to Access, I was always stressed because of money. So
So
that's,
funny. So money equals stress. I have a friend of mine who grew up with a lot of abuse, and every time there was abuse, they were yelling about money. So his point of view was money equals abuse. So then
yes.
if you had the point of view that money equals stress. So everybody listening, when you listen to these guys talk, it's like, what did you grow up with? Like, what was your basis for money? And everything that is where you destroy and uncreate it, times a godzillion. All right, non good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys, proverbs, basis, and beyonds. So, what is your first memory you have of money?
My first memory with money was we can't afford it. And if you want something extra, like cinema or fancy clothes or so on, you have to work for it. So after school, I did a lot of school jobs or later in the services and so on. So I had always to work and work hard besides the job or besides the school to earn the money to get my extras. So every extra is a lot of work. So that's was the
You
thing
know,
when
it's, I mean, I'm asking you guys these questions, and I think my first memory of money was when I went to school, like when I started school, when I was like 6 or whatever. My parents went away. They went to India, and dad was working over there. And so they literally palmed me off to family friends to start school. But I remember that they gave us $10 and they gave us $10 each. And I remember looking at the $10 thinking, this is going to buy so many ice creams and so much candy. And that was always in my head. And it really distracted me. It worked. It distracted me from the fact that they were leaving me and going away. I had $10. I could buy lots of candy and lots of ice cream. So it's interesting, what shows up. So, Diana, what is the biggest lie you have found about money?
yes, that as I said, that you have really to work hard for it, and you can't receive it without working. So I always have to earn it, or to really to. In German, you say verdienen. Really, I have really to work hard so I can get the money. So it's okay then to receive it. So.
So are you over that now then? Like, where are you at
Yes,
now?
absolutely. It's and super grateful for the access tools. I played a lot with this question. How is my financial reality, or how I would have to?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sorry, I'm super excited, so I forget my English.
That's okay. You're amazing. I know the question you mean. Like, if I was
Yeah.
choosing my financial reality, what
Yes.
would I choose? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite questions too. And that question helped me get out of debt because I realized I didn't even know what my point of view was. Like I would be like, blah, blah, blah. This is too rich. This is too this is too poor. This is too, and I would have all these judgments. And I was like, are these mine? You know? And that's when I realized I need to find out what my reality is with money. And our
And,
realities with money will be really different.
and one thing what I want to add also, because I think this, I can't afford it, or it's we can afford it. It's really a point of view that a lot of families or people have. I overcome this one with the question: if money is not a problem, would I choose it?
Mm, love it. So simple. Love it, love it, love it.
It's
So
really
Diana,
suddenly, so it wasn't necessary anymore. So
yeah,
yes,
yeah. Or create the money and choose it.
yes. As I started Access, so in my world, I never was able to become a CF, and suddenly I was. So I became it, and I love it. And it's its third year now. So, and how does it get any better than this?
Yay! And the crowd goes wild. Woohoo! So do you have enough money?
Yes, I have enough money, and how can I have even more money to create even more? Yes, and I'm able also to receive money. So just by being me. So
Oh, I love it. Beautiful.
yes.
And if you could tell yourself something about money, like looking outside into you, what would you tell yourself?
Don't buy the point of views from your environment regarding money. There's not enough money. There's a lack of money. You can't afford it. It's not for you. So really look at yourself and what do you want to choose and what do you want to create. And yes.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. And I think you gave your favorite tool before. Did you know that I have a monthly membership? It's called the Profit Club. So what is the Profit Club? Well, most people go to profit is the amount of money that you make after you pay the bills. What if it's more than that? What if it's not just about money? It's not just about business. It's not just about wealth creation. It's about you. It's about you being the source of your life so you can truly choose to live. You get 2 calls with me a month. You're also on a private Telegram thread, and there's a few other things that you get as well. It's $28 a month. That's it. So, would you like to be a member of the Profit Club? Okay, so Valerie, let's go to you.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, so what did you grow up liking money, Valerie?
Saving money, saving every dime, buying everything with a discount. That wasn't really fun. I was born in a middle class family, but there was definitely a sense of not having enough, or like this vibration of we are poor. It was so weird. So this is how I grew up.
And then, so do you have a first memory of money?
Yeah, I was like 8 years old, and I was on holidays, and I was walking on the street with a friend of my mom's, and I found a 50 francs bill on the floor. I picked it up, and she took it away from me. She was watching like that, like, I hope no one saw it, and she put it in her pocket. And I was like, ah!
Oh wow! And so, what went through your head? What did you think at that moment?
What did I do wrong? Or like, this should never
Wow!
happen, or yeah, something like that. I
Wow!
had
Isn't that
PTSD from it.
But isn't that interesting? There's so many ways that your mother could have been with that moment, and then for you to go to, because you pick up the energy that there's something like not right. But what is that? Is it you? Is it something else? So okay, so let's do this too. Then, how many bases are you using? How many bases of reality are you using to create your current reality with money based on your first memory? And everything that is times a Godzilla, where you destroy and uncreate it. right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all names, shorts, boys, proveds, bases, and beyonds. And if you want to find out more about the clearing statement, you can go to theclearingstatement.com, where myself and Dr. Dane talk about it. And we have a little excerpt on it until we do some more videos on, because we have changed the clearing statement and added bases. And oh my goodness, is it whacking us like right, you know. Okay. So what is the biggest lie that you found out about money, Valerie?
That if you have money, you will turn into a bad person. This is like the first thing that I learned from, David Kubas, attending a Right Riches for You class. And he said, if you have more money, you will not turn into an evil person. And that was a big aha
Yeah.
moment for me.
That is so awesome. Oh, I love hearing these stories. Okay, and so where are you at now with money, and do you have enough?
I definitely don't have enough to create everything I would like to create. And I also have more than enough. And I am so proud of myself that I was able to quit my job 3 years ago. A job just to, pay the bills. And now I can fully live from being an Access Consciousness certified facilitator, a translator, do just what is fun for me. That is the most, I am so proud of it. And what else?
So I love the fact that you mentioned that you're so proud of yourself, Valerie. I think if we can all stand up and actually acknowledge what we have created so far, because I think this reality projects it at us that if you have more money or more money than most, then that is a bad thing, or you are evil, or whatever that is, whatever that judgment is. And to be able to stand up and just go, yeah, I've done really well, and you know what? And I'd like more. Like, I would like to have more money. One of the things I've definitely been looking at recently is, if anyone's read my second book I wrote, Getting Out of Debt Joyfully, I was $187,000 in debt. And I've gone through so many different aspects with money, and then having money, and then investing money. And in the past year, I looked at it and went, okay, I've sort of ticked that box. And that also doesn't match the energy of what I know is possible. Like, I have investments and I've done all that. And I started to look at, okay, where would I actually like to put my money? And that's when I started actually investing more in El Hogar in Costa Rica, which we'll put it in the subscription notes, is a property that we have, that we are, currently building, and it's open and it's friggin' phenomenal. It's so amazing to be there. And that sort of matched more the future. So I'm looking at, okay, now I've got money. What do I want to do with it? So there's another question that comes with it. And I think no matter if you have, $10 or $10 million or whatever it is, a lot of people seem to have these same projections of themselves or expectations that come up in regards to money. And I get that we can have a totally different reality with money. It doesn't have to be that stress or that struggle, or the judgment. So I love that you're proud of yourself, Valerie. Well done.
Thank you.
And then if you could tell yourself something about money, what would you tell yourself?
I would ask myself a question. What do you really want to create? Really, that would change the world.
Okay. So do you have an awareness of that?
Ooh, yeah, not really any words, but I will keep asking.
Yeah. I love the questions that you guys are asking yourself. These are great. And do you have a favorite money tool?
Yes, money come, money come, money come.
Money come, money come, money come, money come. I love it. And you can do that like in the shower, before you go to bed, driving the car, anytime. During sex, money come, money come, money come, money come. No, whatever. Cool. Thank you so much, Valerie.
Thank you.
So let's go to Georgie from Hungary.
Hi.
Hey, Georgie. So did you grow up liking money?
Nope, definitely
Nope.
not.
I love it. Nope. Hard no
Nope,
there.
definitely not. Well, I grew up in the 1970s and 80s, and I don't know, guys, if you're aware, but that time was before the political changes, and Hungary belonged to the Eastern Bloc,
Mm.
and it was the socialism. So everything was very unified and everybody had to work and money could only come from your wages and it was pretty limited. So I don't think we weren't poor, but we weren't rich either. So everything
Was
was
what that's what it
really
was meant to be.
uniform.
Yeah.
Like you had to like fit into the system and you could only have so much. And if you wanted to buy a car, you had to like register for it and wait 5 years till it came, and your car came from Russia or any of those other Eastern Bloc countries. So I mean, it was
Yeah.
very limited in a lot of sense.
So what was your first memory of money?
I was thinking of it while you were asking the other girls. I don't know if it was the first memory or not, but I do remember as a child playing with these lovely, gorgeous looking banknotes that were Hungarian banknotes from before the war.
Mhm.
And at that time, we had some huge inflation, massive inflation, and all the zeros on the banknotes, you know. So that kind of like, yeah, so money just loses its value. So I do remember that. So we had some of those old banknotes from my grandparents kept in
And do you
books, you
remember
know?
yeah, do you remember how they looked? Like, were
Yeah,
they
they
colored?
look gorgeous. They look gorgeous. But like
Yeah.
I remember from all these stories, my grandparents telling us like, oh, like like you could add 3 zeros from one day to another, and like it just lost its value, and there was nothing you could buy from it.
Hmm.
So yeah.
So I'm going to ask you another question that's different too is,
Mhm.
and forgive my ignorance here, what year did Hungary become independent and what was that like?
89.
89.
89. I was 17, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what was that like for you with money then?
Uh, well, I was a teenager and I didn't have a lot of money then, but generally speaking, in the country, there was all this freedom and feeling of possibilities, and everybody was joyful and really hoping better for the future.
Hmm. I
So
like
that
that.
was
So,
that was great times, yeah.
yeah, possibilities because there are
Yeah.
possibilities available. I know that people all over the world listen to this podcast and thank you. And please subscribe because when you subscribe, you get the show notes, etc. And I am very aware that there's a lot of different situations around the world,
Mm.
and lack of money or more money. Like I just uh, come home to Australia, and wow, we are so incredibly lucky here, and we're lucky in a lot of ways. And wow, it's expensive to live here as well. So it's like, and like everything is going up, but people aren't earning more money. And there's every country and every culture and every political system has a story to tell. And what I'm going to ask is, what if we could create beyond those stories? Oh, yeah, guess what? We can, and move into and acknowledge those possibilities that Georgie is talking about. So everything it doesn't allow you to choose that, we destroy and uncreate it. Like
Yes.
possibilities beyond this reality, right and wrong, good and bad, pock and parona, and shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. So, what is the biggest lie that you have found out about money?
That you have to work for it and that it's a struggle.
Cool, love it. And where are you at now with money, and do you have enough?
I don't have enough. I definitely don't have enough, but I'm working on it. And I have to say that my point of views are changing. And my favorite money tool to use is to clear these point of views um, that I grow up with, that I'm stuck with, that I
Yeah,
use to create my financial reality so that I can find my real own financial reality.
yeah, love it, love it, love it, love it. And if you could tell yourself something about money now, looking at
Mm.
you, what would you like to tell yourself?
There's always more.
There's always more. There's always more, bitch.
There's
I
always
love it.
more. You can always get more.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Georgie.
Thank you.
So we had a little bit of a technical problem and we missed the lovely Gioia Sala from Italy. Alas, we will have Gioia back because this is the first of a few different podcasts that we are doing about the money challenge and interviewing people about money because this has been fun for me. I'm actually really intrigued to see how people grew up and what their point of view was about money and how they've been now with money. And there's a what I've noticed when everyone talks is there's a lightness to it. There is a lightness to money, and that is our reality. Our reality does not have to be this heaviness with money. So I would like to invite you all to choose something different with money. And as I said, we're starting the money challenge, the money adventure on the 1st of January. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be in Italy on the 1st of January in the afternoon. We're going to start it, and we've got lots of videos, and we've got an energy pool with money, and you've got 2 calls with me as well. So, but we'll have it in the show links, and you can find out about it. There's actually, I'm going to put a banner up now too. It's SimoneMilasas.com/adventure. I love that we're calling it adventure. So I've got one last question for you guys. Let's start with you, Iliana. What would you like if you could create anything and actualize anything? Well, let's look at this, because when you choose, you create and you actualize. Okay. So if you could choose anything, what would you like your life to be like in 10 years' time financially?
Wow. That's funny. Like, that reminds me, when I started doing Access at a class, someone asked me like something very similar. And for me, it was like, I want to have so much money that if I know someone that would like to choose like an Access class or something, and it's really struggling to get the money, just to be able to say, hey, here, my gift. And to be like, have this space of inviting people to more, and that money is not the thing that stops them.
Cool. Diana?
Oh, I really love this question. First of all, I want to have different spots to live. So, same for you, one spot in the mountains or in the south at the sea, the continent. And for me, when I see the kids in this reality, how they are struggling with school, or they're asking for more, but the parents have no time or not the awareness really to supporting them. So what can I be and do for them? So really to establish a different form from school system, maybe, where they are more supported for all the X-Men kids and so on. And because there's no money for this in Germany. Yes, it's a good idea, but there's no money for this. So really, I want to support more the kids in this world. Or
So
even
you could create the Diana School of for X-Men kids.
for
Of, like,
X-Men
X-Men.
of,
Yeah.
of whatever, because they are also in families who was in the lower segment of income, so the kids are not really supported, even if they want to learn something or they want to develop some skills, even art skills or instruments or whatever. So how can we support those kids to even do what they want to do and what they want to create?
Cool. I love it.
Not only for school, for everything. No.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it. And Valerie?
I would love to travel more and be able to go wherever I want just for fun and like being fancy hotels, taking really good care of my body. And also I would love to have a really big property in France, like something really old, like, I don't know, maybe a small castle or something. France shouldn't be too hard.
Exactly.
And just like more fun. Yeah.
Cool. And Georgie?
I would like to get to a point where I would always know that money is not the source of my choices and my creations. And I would like to inspire as many people about this as possible,
That you are the source.
that you are the source. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do something here. Let's tap into the energy of everything that you guys have asked for, that is you're asking for to show up in 10 years' time. Okay. And everything that you're asking for to show up in 10 years' time, will you now lean into those possibilities and pull that into today? And everything that doesn't allow that to show up for you today, We destroy and uncreate it. Times a Godzillion. Right and wrong, good and bad. Pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys, provids, basis, and beyonds. Cool. Well, I am so grateful for you ladies. Thank you so much for being here. This actually has been an adventure, and it's actually been a pleasure getting to know something more about you guys as well. So thank you for that, and thank you for being here and sharing and giving your tools, etc. And everybody listening, I invite you to come play with us on the Money Challenge Adventure. So you can go to simoneMilasas.com/adventure. Is there anything else that you guys would like to say before we say goodbye?
I would just say thank you. And like, it's so inspiring to see and hear all the stories. Like, I have like chills and everything because it's like, wow, we are like really choosing something different. And it's so cool for these to be available to whatever other people
Yeah.
that wants to choose it.
Yeah. And it's all different, which I love. So, and if you were desperately waiting to hear from Joya, she'll be on the next show. All right. Anyone else? You good?
Just realized and want to acknowledge, like Valerie, how grateful I am what I changed already. So, and if I can change it, everyone else can do it the same way or even better.
Cool. Thank you so much. Okay, well, thank you guys for joining me here today, and thank you for listening, all my listeners. I am so super grateful when you guys give feedback as well. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well, and share. Give us a review, do all that stuff, and thank you for being you, and thank you for being in the world today. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye. If you enjoyed this podcast, please make sure to hit the follow or subscribe button on your favorite listening platform to get notified of new episodes. We read all the reviews, so if there's any topic you would like to hear about, let us know. If you'd like to know more about the tools, information, and classes mentioned in the podcast, head on over to simoneMilasas.com and follow me on Instagram at SimoneMilasas, or the podcast has its very own link on Instagram at Choice, Change, and Action. Don't forget, you can download the show notes. And lastly, have way too much fun today.